I started playing in Kitchener when I was like 3. I would play with all my older brothers. I have 3 older brothers. So I would just go play with them when I was younger, play with all the older girls. It didn't really get competitive for me until I was grade 1 or 2. I started playing KW Lightning. So I was in Lightning, KW Lightning until grade 2 or 3, and then it transitioned into KW Vipers. I played there. I played for Alex Urosevic, I think my whole time there. He's a great coach, and I played with girls that are older than me, so it was playing with grade 6s, grade 7s, whoever, when I was in grade 4 or 5. I remember just seeing like the JUEL girls, even like Makili now, she's here, she was in JUEL my first year. They were so good, and watching them, it just like sparked that fire under me to want to be better. We used to get to play with them, we do drills with them and stuff like that, so I think seeing all the older girls play and see like what I could potentially be, seeing them, like we were at their commitments to university and stuff like that, getting to be like, experience all those opportunities made me want that for myself. Yeah, so when I got back in grade 10, I was playing JUEL. I came right to JUEL with the grade 11s and 12s, and we had a super talented team that year. We have a lot of girls who are playing youth sports now, other places now, and I think playing around this many talented people just makes you push yourself. You know, you see the person beside you running faster, you see the person beside you having those drives and stuff like that, and it just makes you want to see it for yourself. So for me, it was always just, you play that game, you figure out what you need to improve for the next game, you try to figure that out in practice kind of thing. It was just every single day trying to pick up skills I wanted in my toolbox, where that would be helpful for me. Moving on, I knew I wasn't like going to be in the post really that often, so I worked on my shot a lot, my ball handling, and playing with the older girls, it gave me a really good opportunity to have someone defend me who could take the ball out of my hands, and sometimes you need that to make you better. If you catch yourself not doing the things in practice that you want to be doing during a game, you can't really just expect yourself to wake up and just play like how you've never practiced before, you know? So you got to get into the gym, you have to play as hard as you can on defense, and that was one thing for me. I knew I could be a really good defender, so I would work my team as hard as I could. It made them better offense, and it made me a better defender. Bringing up the ball, I was practicing it. I was getting on my teammates to guard me full court because I wanted to be able to do that in a game. So I honestly had no idea what I was going to do for university. I knew I wanted to play basketball somewhere, but I also knew a lot of people who in grade 11, they had interest, and I honestly didn't have any interest. I had some college offers and stuff, which is totally a viable option, but for me in my program, I'm a bio sci. I wanted to go to university, so I reached out at the start of grade 12, maybe the end of grade 11, I started clipping together my film, my high school film, my OFSA film, everything I could put together, and I sent it out to the universities I want to go to. I applied to those universities. I reached out. There were a lot of people who wanted game schedules. I said, if you want my game schedules, if you want my email kind of thing. There were some that never even reached back out, to be honest. That happens. I spoke to Guelph, I spoke to a couple other schools, and after that we had a Zoom call, I shot with them, and then they told me basically that there was a spot for me on the team, which I was very eager to take just because of how good of a school they are and their program, their facilities kind of thing. So I kind of knew that was the spot for me right from the get-go, but when I was in grade 12, people would ask me, like, what's your plan for next year? And I was kind of like, I'm just going to play basketball and see what happens. That was kind of my answer because I wanted to play basketball and I didn't want to put too much stress on myself, especially my grade 12 season. I wanted to enjoy it. I didn't want it to be something where I was stressing about finding a coach, or I see a coach in the stands and I'm playing like a completely different player kind of thing. So I just said, I'm going to play basketball, I'm going to try as hard as I can, and I'm going to see what happens with that. Honestly, just know how you play kind of thing. Like, if I get into a game and I'm just trying to throw up crazy shots, crazy moves and stuff like that because someone's there, like, that's not really going to do much for me. I was going in there, I was just trying as hard as I could, basically. Like, I wasn't trying to throw out the moves, I wasn't trying to do three-pointers, I was just trying as hard as I could to get back on defense, to get my boards, and like, that's exactly how I got recruited. When I talked to Guelph, they just liked that. They said I had a big motor on me, I was able to get up and down the court quickly, I was able to get down, I was full court defense, and then make it down the court for offense again after that. Like, that kind of stuff, that hustle plays, they liked that from me, and it didn't have to be scoring a double-double or whatever. It was just my motor, and it was working as hard as I can and being a good teammate. Just one thing I think you guys should keep with you for sure is just to be your biggest cheerleader and your own like best friend fully, because if you are talking down to yourself, if you're thinking you're playing bad, that's exactly what's going to happen. For me, just getting into tapping into my mindset and figuring out like how to check in with myself during a game and be like, okay, I'm frustrated right now kind of thing, I need to fix this right now kind of thing, and fixing it, not just something goes wrong and I'm upset the rest of the game and then it kind of ruins it for me. Like, I just think you have to be cheering yourself on, talking to yourself in a conducive way just to make sure that, obviously sometimes you mess up, but it's just like a next play kind of thing, like yeah, I messed that up, or I missed this shot, that was a good move to get there, or that was the right shot kind of thing. Just find spots where you can cheer yourself on, because at the end of the day, everyone is focusing on someone else, everyone's focusing on themselves. Of course, your parents are there for you, but they're going to give you a little bit of criticism too, I'm sure, and you got to be there to pick yourself up. When you get to university, it's a lot of picking yourself up, talking to yourself, mindset kind of work, so start that early, and you will have such a strong mindset when you get to the next level that it'll be easy for you.